Alright, I think we're up and running here. Welcome everybody to another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. We got another full race live stream for you guys today. The Pocono Green 225 at Pocono Raceway. The second race of a doubleheader Friday night for you guys. Just ran the Truck Series with Matt Crafton for that championship mode race for at Pocono as well. A 60-lapper, which Crafton led half the race, led 30 of the 60 laps, won the first two stages, and went on to win the race. We'll see what we got for Dale Jr. here in this Xfinity Series race. We'll hop in, starting with qualifying. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I've actually got it on the laptop this time, so I don't know what... Like I said, I was struggling with it earlier, too, before we even started. And then, once I actually got the stream up and running, like, nothing was showing on my laptop. But for some reason, the stream was still running when I showed it on my phone. And you guys said that there was audio, so I figured I'd go with it and just try to hurry up and get the race done. I knew it was only 60 laps, so... We got it done in less than an hour, so... Now we're on to this Xfinity Series race. 100 laps, 225 miles. A little bit longer of a race, but it's, again, not a long race. Only 100 laps. On this 2.5-mile racetrack. A little mistake coming out of turn 3. I think that's going to cost Junior. We did use the steering wheel in the Truck Series race. This Xfinity race is going to be ran with the controller. Slides the car into turn 1. I don't think he's going to have that fast of a lap, though. I think that mistake off of turn 3 cost him a lot of time on his qualifying lap by the time he got to the start-finish line. And try to make up for it, though, in the other corners. Really big dive in turn 2. Not bad. Now into turn 3, one final time. He's going to get through turn 3 a lot better now than what he did on his warm-up lap. At the start-finish line, 54.797, 18th in qualifying, exactly where Crafton qualified in the truck race. 52.840 is the pole time for today's race, and that was set by Ross Chastain. So Chastain will be starting on the pole here at Pocono. About to hop into this one. Second race of the doubleheader Friday night, about to begin. Tommy Joe Martins looks pretty fast going into this race. Riley Herbst and struggling, it looks like. Jeffrey Earnhardt, it's like he might be pretty fast for today's race also. I have to look out for those couple drivers. And Junior starting mid-pack in 18th. Nobody going to the rear for the start of this race. So qualifying time set the entire field for the lineup today. Green flag in the air. We're underway at Pocono. 25 laps in stage 1, 25 in stage 2, and 50 in the final stage. So no green flag pit stops, or no pit stops in general, will be made on scheduled for the first two stages of the race. You will have to make a final stop in the final stage. Pretty good initial start there, up to 14th. And his teammate, Justin Allgaier, right behind him. Ross Chastain from the pole, about to lead lap 1. We saw Enfinger in the truck race lead the first 13 laps of the race from the pole position. Chastain out in front of the field. A few Junior Motorsport cars here all together. Hemrick Jr. himself and Justin Allgaier. Junior pushes it. Oh, contact. Hemrick's in the wall. Off of turn 2. Hemrick is in the wall. Allgaier slips by both of them. Tommy Joe Martins now closes into the back of both the 8 cars that are side by side through turn 3. Saw how hard it was to pass in the truck race. I'm sure you're going to see that in today's race. Or this next race, I should say. In the Xfinity Series. Junior again looking to the inside of Hemrick. Not quite going to get around him there. He's hanging on that left rear. Trying to side draft him. Seems like that car on the outside in the tunnel turn. We saw that in the truck race too. They just get such a better cornering than the car that has to run the bottom. So you can't get that corner exit speed like you can on the outside. Just kind of pinched down in an awkward area. It comes off the wall slightly, trying to break the draft, but that's not going to really work too much. And Dale Jr. now will jump up to 14th. Nope, not quite. He couldn't clear him yet. Hemrick's still hanging around. Tommy Joe Martin's waiting for both of them to make a mistake. Jr. trying to get away from Hemrick now. Breaking whatever side draft Hemrick was able to get. And now Tommy Joe Martins is going to get underneath the 8 car and try to make a pass himself. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Got a PC connector for the PS2. Nice, nice. Martin's looking to the inside of Dale Jr. Jr. just able to stay in front. And you're seeing in the early going of this race, too, how hard it is to pass. There is a lead change up at the front of the field, though. Brandon Jones is now taking the lead away from Ross Chastain, who led the first 4 laps of the race. So Brandon Jones about to lead his first lap at the line, make it 2 lead changes in the race, or 1 lead change, rather. Look at that move up the middle. Down the long pond straightaway between Briscoe, who won at Chicagoland yesterday, and Jeremy Clements in the 51. Briscoe clinched himself a playoff spot with a win yesterday. He was sitting really good in points. He's actually second in the point standings behind Dale Jr. Gained a little bit of ground on him, but not much, with Jr. finishing second. One of the classic finishes on the channel in that race yesterday. Big run on Allgaier. Junior looks all the way to the inside, breaking the draft, making sure Allgaier wasn't going to be able to pull a block on him. And Junior will get the position, now up to 11. So again, Brandon Jones out in front for Joe Gibbs Racing, the number 19 car. Has not won a race yet on the season. Remember, he won the Truck Series race here at Pocono in real life this year. Not so good of luck in the Xfinity race, but maybe he can get things done in the Xfinity Series today. You are seeing the draft pay off quite a bit here today as well compared, or I should say just like the Truck Series race a little bit ago. Just as much passing where it's tough to pass, but you can get a really big run in the draft, at least to keep up down the straightaways. Jesse Little looking underneath of Anthony Alfredo, who crashed late, running in the top 3 most of the day yesterday at Chicagoland. Junior will make the pass on Little, still trying to make the pass on Alfredo. Oh, little contact, they came together. Junior came up a little too high. Alfredo power slides through turn 1 and is able to cross back over on the 8 despite the contact. That contact obviously hurt Junior, I think, more than it hurt Alfredo. Jesse Little almost pulled up and cleared the 8 car, but not quite. Junior's got straightaway speed, plus using the draft. Oh, and now Jesse Little just runs into the side of the 8 of Junior. Junior went a little wider than what he wanted to and had to lift, allowing Ryan Sieg to now catch up slightly once again. Called 48, Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Played NASCAR Heat 4 for the first time since July. Yeah, I don't even have Heat 4 anymore. I traded Heat 4 in when I bought Heat 5. I figured I wasn't really going to need it again. So I had the physical copy. I usually try to get the physical copy of the games. I don't know, it's just like a nostalgia thing for me. Alfredo is going to get around Jesse Little. All over the back of the 21 of Alfredo now. Tries to hang with him. And they'll get around him now for 8th. We saw 3 cautions for incident in the Truck Series race today at this same racetrack. Jeffrey Earnhardt having a good start. He's in 5th place right now. 6th place, rather. A couple of 3-car packs up there. You got the top 3 battling for the lead, and then 4th through 6th all battling with one another as well. Junior, I think he got into the wall slightly off of turn 3. It was definitely close. Tried to check up. A lot of the same mistakes you were seeing from Crafton in the race earlier. Just simple mistakes that you wouldn't think a veteran would make. Slightly overdriving the corner from time to time, which, I mean, that's going to happen. Everybody's human, but it felt like we saw that a little too much in the truck racing. We're seeing it again here in this Xfinity Series race. Gotta get going because those 2 Cup races tomorrow are going to be a lot harder to win, a little bit longer. Though short by Cup Series standards, both those races are definitely both longer than the 2 that we are seeing today. 130 laps and 140 laps in both Cup races tomorrow. 325 miles in the first race for that 130 lapper, 350 miles in the 140 lapper. The next race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series schedule is one that you guys have all been waiting for. It is the Indianapolis Road Course. I know I've been getting comments on it. When are you running the Indy Road Course? I will be running it on Sunday. That will be the next Xfinity Series race on the channel. So Sunday afternoon. No start time on that yet, but I will have one by the time I go to stream tomorrow for a Pocono doubleheader in the Cup Series. So Indianapolis Road Course will be the next Xfinity Series race, and we'll be running the Brickyard 400 also on Sunday for the Cup Series on the Oval, so we'll do a doubleheader there on Sunday as well. So doubleheader today, doubleheader tomorrow, doubleheader on Sunday, and I don't think I'm going to have enough time to get any more doubleheaders in beyond that point for a while, but figured we'd have some fun this weekend. I got nothing else to do. That, my last day of golf is probably today too, so temperatures just starting to cool off. It'll give me a little bit more time. Battle for fourth rather, still going on. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to make a pass. Well, that zero car definitely looks fast today. No doubt about it. Michael Annett is leading laps also currently. He got around Brandon Jones a couple laps ago. $11 laps to go still in stage 1. Junior makes a pass on Harrison Burton now for 6th. Austin Cindric, Jeffrey Earnhardt still side by side for 4th. And all clear now. Earnhardt has taken over the spot. Cindric staying right on his back bumper off of turn 1. Going to stay in his draft. Maybe he can get another run on him to try and cross him over. If he's going to, he better make it quick, because Dale Jr. is coming in hot pursuit behind both of them. Jr. to the inside of Cindric. He's going to pass him. He's actually going to have a shot at Jeffrey Earnhardt for 4th place into turn 3. Gigantic run. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to stay on the right rear corner panel, not quite. And that's going to allow Cindric to get to the inside. Oh, problems! I believe that was a lap car that was up in smoke. I thought it was one of the leaders at first. It was a lap car up in smoke, making it to pit road. So we do stay green. Junior sideways and slides in turn 3, trying to keep it on the bottom of the racetrack. He has lost control, and the caution will fly on lap 16, our first caution of the race. He did a good job locking it down and not having any damage with anybody or anything. But that could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. Michael Turner, the next Thunder 04 stream is going to be next week. I think I'm shooting for Thanksgiving night. Obviously, I know it's a holiday. I'm not going to have a lot of time, but the All-Star race is the next race for NASCAR Thunder 04, so I know that stream is going to be less than an hour. I can easily get it in at, say, like 8 o'clock start time Thanksgiving night. So that's probably what we're shooting for the next Thunder 04 stream, an All-Star Thanksgiving night. Yeah, the apron is not a line in turn 1. Turn 2, you can stick the apron. Turn 1 here, not so much. Junior just overdrove the corner. Obviously, it wasn't intentional. And around he went, but luckily, he saved it. Everybody missed him. Green flag back in the air. 7 laps to go in stage 1. Look at the restart, though, by Junior. He was in the bottom lane. He's going 3 wide into turn 1 for the lead. Clip the apron a little bit. Oh, contact now with the one of Annett. They're still 3 wide for the lead. That's going to allow the 19 on the outside to try and get a run. They're 3 by 3 off of turn 1. Earnhardt clears the 1 and now clears the 19 of Jones. Spin and then a shot to get to the lead with a great restart. Everybody on equal old tires. I think him saving it definitely helped keep him in the race. 6 laps to go at the line. This is going to be the first lap that Junior's led today. Got 9 people currently watching right now and only 2 likes. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you're enjoying the race, the commentary, the video in general, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well for more daily NASCAR content. Again, we do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast on the daily, as well as other related NASCAR content. After 2 failed attempts of trying to get another one of my videos uploaded over the last day and a half, I had issues with it the first time, and then it got copyrighted. So after it got after the copyright claim went away from YouTube, I had to re-edit it. And after I re-edited it, re-edited one of the videos, it got copyrighted again. Even though I didn't change, I changed something with the audio, like my personal audio, because it was messed up in the first video. In certain areas, small areas, so I wanted to adjust it a little bit and re-commentate over it. Then I had to get that wave too. Michael Annette still in second. Dale Jr. has pulled out to a 3-second lead. 4 laps to go in stage 1 now. Field will bunch back up together again at the stage break. And just that one lone caution here in stage 1. Again, that was for Dale Jr. spinning in turn 1 on lap 16. He made a good save, never hit anything, and everybody missed him as he was able to stay to the bottom of the track and on the apron. More laps to go. 4.5 miles in stage 1. I don't know why I said 4.5. That was terrible math. 7.5 miles. 7.5 left in the opening stage. 2.5 mile racetrack. Yeah, Dover, I usually try to stick the bottom more than anything else. Try to run the... middle slider, got it. Yeah, anyway, I tried to run the bottom of the racetrack, but I usually run the middle slider in the trucks. Xfinity, I can't remember if I do or not. And I run the middle... Or I don't run any slider for the Cup, because the car's just automatically loose at Dover for some reason on this game. I think it was like that on Heat 4 too. The car, whatever you do to it, it seems to be loose. So, yeah, I have it on the very bottom slider. I usually have pretty decent short run speed there still too. Problem is, if you have it on the far left slider, it's a lot, I wouldn't say more difficult, but you really have to hit your marks if you want the speed to be there, especially on the short runs. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Stage 1. Saw Crafton sweep the first 2 stages and win the race in the Truck Series. Dale Jr. looking to win the opening stage. Almost a 7-second lead on his teammate Michael Annette. Jr. clipped the apron again. That time he didn't go around though. Just like the truck race, 1 caution in the opening stage. So very easily, Dale Jr. will win stage 1. Easy after the spin, I should say. I think that kind of helped him out that he was able to save it again, because he restarted on the bottom, luckily enough. and he just kind of nailed the restart, took it 3 wide into turn 1, was able to clear everybody before they got into turn 2. And now he'll have track position this time. It might make it a little easier. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel, first pit stops of the race today. Again, there is still that tire limit with pitting now. That'll still give Junior 3 sets of tires the rest of the way. See who's going to win the race off pit road. Could be huge advantage to restart on the bottom. So Junior actually wins the race off pit road. The top 2 stayed out. Mike Harmon and Jeff Green, I believe they both pitted under that first caution of the race back on lap 16. So that is why they stayed out. They're good on fuel to the end of the stage. Why not try something? But for a couple backmarker cars, they are toast on the restart. Junior quickly gets to the lead. It clears before they even get into turn 1. And that's actually going to help Junior a little bit, create a little bit of space. Oh, maybe not. He slipped up in turn 1, and it's going to be Michael Annette who's going to get to the lead. And as they go 3 by 3 behind, Junior overdrove turn 1, and Michael Annette took the lead from 4th to 1st. Despite Junior taking off through the gears on the Long Pond straightaway as they were getting up to speed. Another little bit of a slide getting into turn 3. Harrison Burton down to the inside of the 9 of Noah Gregson. 4th position, Junior trying to break the draft. Joe Nemechek is inside the top 5. What a run for front row Joe. How did he get up here? And as Junior slides up the track, Harrison Burt now is going to take over 2nd. Nemechek to the inside of Gregson for 4th. Pole sitter Ross Chastain right behind both of them. Junior all the way down to the apron there through turn 2. Good run through the corner, trying to keep up with Burton. And Gregson to the inside. Contact with the 8 of Junior. Runs him up the track. That allows Nemechek now to get up to 4th. Well, didn't take much there. Junior trying to cross back over on the 47. Got a little tight on corner entrance. Nemechek got loose trying to pin the car to the bottom. And now here comes Chastain for 5th. Oh, huge run. Brandon Jones sent it into turn 2 to get by Dale Jr. Junior was going to try to arc the quarter off to get back to the inside and maybe try to cross over Chastain, and instead Jones was there for the taking. Jones runs wide. Junior runs wide. Jeffrey Earnhardt will get by Dale Jr. and stuck behind Brandon Jones as Michael Annette still leads here in stage 2. Already just 19 laps to go in the 2nd stage of the race. Well, both these races are flying by today. Brandon Jones for 6th. He'll clear Jeffrey Earnhardt for the position. Jeffrey Earnhardt ran a little wide. Dale Jr. to his inside off of turn 2. Brandon Jones, meanwhile, going for 5th on Ross Chastain. Big run to his outside. I'll get around him there. Now on Ross Chastain. The side draft down the Long Pond straightaway. And up to 6th. Clear. Jeffrey Earnhardt crosses over Chastain. and Dale Jr. now as he's side by side. Jr.'s got a run in the draft, though, off of Jones. That's going to help clear the zero of Jeffrey Earnhardt before even getting into turn 2. Chastain looked high on the zero off of turn 2 now as Jeffrey Earnhardt kind of lost his momentum in line behind Jr. Maybe got a little too tight. Had to lift a little more. Jeffrey's able to hold on to 7. Dale Jr. already 4 seconds off the lead. Just astonished by how good of a run Joe Nemechek's having today. Heck of a run. Michael Annett is absolutely pulled away from the rest of the field. Battle for second going on. Noah Gragson trying to make a pass on Harrison Burton. It's allowing Nemechek to close in on both of those guys, as well as Brandon Jones, Dale Jr. behind. So we got really tight in the center of turn 1. Erickson again peeks to the inside off of turn 3. He just can't get to his inside on corner entry, and that's why Gragson's struggling to pass that second place car of Harrison Burton right now. 11 people currently watching. Thanks for everybody tuning in here today. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Brandon Jones to the inside of Joe Nemechek for 4th. Big run as they side draft one another. Junior now is going to have the run 3 wide and gets around them both. They were slowing each other up so much that Dale Jr. was able to take away the spot from both of them. And now Jones finally clears. Nemechek tries to get a run on Dale Jr. Trying to arc off turn 2, maybe a little bit better than Noah Gragson right there. It looked like he beat him back to the gas. Now for 3rd place going into turn 3. Gragson hanging in on the outside. Junior able to stick the corner just a little bit better on the bottom. Shortest way around. Big side draft on Harrison Burton now and moves up to 2nd down the Long Pine straightaway. Michael Annett with a 3.5 second lead on Dale Jr., who has just taken 2nd place away from Burton. But still 13 laps to go in stage 2 for Jr. to try and run him down. Plenty of time around this racetrack. As long as we stay green, that is. 10 people currently watch right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in here again. Friday night, 2nd race of our doubleheader. Ran the Truck Series race before this. Now the Xfinity race at Pocono as well. As we got the win with Matt Crafton, winning both stages and the race in the Truck Series. Now Trying to do the same here. Dale Jr. has already won Stage 1, trying to get the Stage 2 victory. Just 10 laps to go at the line, as he was about a half a second quicker than Annette that last lap. Sorry, 12 laps to go at the line, not 10. Captain Minecraft, welcome to the stream. Got Xfinity Series racing tonight. Cup Series will be tomorrow. We got Pocono doubleheader for the Cup Series tomorrow on the channel. Start time's already posted on the scheduling. For tomorrow's races, I should say. The time slots we've got. Yeah, it's unfortunate Johnson had to retire this year. At least, I mean, he'll still be racing. Obviously, just not NASCAR. Maybe you'll see him in a couple races. Here and there, running a part-time basis. It's going to be tough running part-time IndyCar the next 2 years, though. There will be some off weekends in there. You never know. I mean, even look, when Jeff Gordon retired, he still ran a few races for Dale Jr. that season. Jr.'s still been running Xfinity Series races once or twice a year since he's retired. So, I mean, you see those guys come back. Not all of them, but some of them. Look how many times Matt Kenseth's came back since he retired the first time in 2017. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if he ran Auto Club next year. It's home track. It just depends when Indy starts up. Well, that's at the end of February, so I don't think Indy starts up that soon. That'd probably be reasonable. Problem is, too, though, it wouldn't be for Hendrick Motorsports because you can only field 4 cars, so it'd have to be for another team that isn't Hendrick. It'd probably be Chip Ganassi, honestly. So he's running for an Indy car and still a Chevrolet, which is who he ran for in Cup Series all these years, manufacturer-wise. Yeah, that's where he got his first career win, too. Top of his home track, that'd be pretty cool. Daytona 500 would be another big one. I haven't heard anything about it yet. I feel like that would have been announced if he was running the 500 already. Kind of like a David Reagan or Danica Patrick, Jamie McMurray situation where they announced that it was going to be the last full-time season, but they plan on running the 500. Side by side for the lead now into turn 2. Junior looked to the inside of Michael Annett, couldn't get him that time. Ducks in line behind him, and he'll try it again in turn 3. Junior to the inside, and to the lead. Annett not going to be able to get the power down to cross them back over. A couple lap cars. Mike Harmon, Jeff Green, who stayed out of the pits under the stage break on older tires, have really fallen off the pace by quite a bit. They'll be the first driver to go a lap down today. Caution is out. 58 laps to go. About a half a lap after Junior takes the lead, we get our second caution of the race. So track position's key here. You're going to see Junior stay out. Jeff Green will get the free pass after just going a lap down, and both him and Harmon will hit pit road now. Only driver out of the race as well is Joe Graff Jr. He was who blew the engine at the end of stage 1. I do not have Minecraft, no. I have never played Minecraft once in my life. I just don't really have time for it. I barely have time for this. I squeeze time for this every day. Try to give myself a couple hour window to make this a priority to get this out, because working on that dream again, I'm trying to broadcast, so as much as I can get out, the better. I just think of how much quicker it's getting me to my destination. Captain Minecraft, thanks for subbing, man. Greatly appreciate it. So we have 5 laps to go here in Stage 2. When we went green, Junior nails the restart through the gears, and everybody on older tires of the lead lap cars is going to help Dale Jr. likely win this stage as long as he doesn't make a huge mistake. Again, ran the steering wheel for the truck race today. We are running the controller for the Xfinity series. Well, yeah, they did kick Kenseth out, but Kenseth didn't have a ride for 2018 and ended up kind of jumping in part-time with Roush Fenway, splitting his ride with Trevor Bayne there for a little bit. Second half of the season. Yeah, we're using manual transmission. I only use automatic on NASCAR Thunder 04 just because it doesn't feel like the game. I think it's the controller. I think it's my controller. It's kind of delayed. Like, it doesn't shift exactly when I want it to. So that's why I run automatic there. But yeah, I run manual for every other game. I've always ran manual as far as I can remember. Back in the gas way too soon there in turn 3. Michael Annette's trying to cling around. He's just less than 2 seconds off the lead. 3 laps to go. He is there if Junior makes a mistake, but he's not really within. I mean, Junior would have to make a huge, huge mistake for Annette to really capitalize on it. But he's not taking himself out of it yet. Junior's not hitting his marks perfectly right now. Again, still one more stage to go. Yeah, we kind of got a balanced setup in the race car. But it's driving loose in all the corners around this track. But loose is fast if you can handle it. I'll know if it gets too loose, and we haven't really had that instant yet today. Obviously, Junior spun out turn 1 earlier, but that's because he clipped the apron on corner entry. But luckily, he didn't hit anything, able to keep this car in the race. And no scratches on it whatsoever as well. Playing on PS4. Junior's starting to kind of walk away from Annette slowly but surely. Annette finished second in stage number 1. Looks like he will in stage 2. You can tell Annette's got the fastest short run car for about the first 15 laps or so of a run. He is the guy to beat, and then Dale Jr. kind of takes over after that. Well, it was kind of a half spin. It wasn't really like a spin. I kind of saved it. Just kind of sat on the track. It didn't actually spin all the way around. I don't blame you for that, Michael. Green, white, checkered flag in the air once again. Dale Jr. will win stage 2 just like he won stage 1. And we will see pit stops for the second time today under the stage break. These guys cannot make it on fuel the rest of the way from here, so. This is not the final stop there. You see all the drivers getting stage points in stage 2. Dale Jr. with the stage win, followed by Michael Annette, Noah Gregson, Brandon Jones, Jeffrey Earnhardt, your top 5. Then Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, Joe Nemechek with an 8th place finish in Stage 2. Anthony Alfredo and Ross Chastain rounds out the top 5. Chastain, pole sitter, and he has been fading backwards over the course of this race. Junior just adding 2 more playoff points now in this race alone to his regular season total, which is massive coming into this race today. He's setting himself up looking like a huge championship threat. Mike Harmon got the free pass under that stage break. Jeff Green will lead the field to the green on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Junior restarting on the top. We'll see how that works. Green on older tires on the bottom. Junior trying to take off and hopefully clear him down into turn 1. And he will. Luckily that Green's got that lower funded equipment. Junior going to stick the restart a little bit better, but Michael Annett is just so good on the restarts. He gets to the lead. Junior tries to hold on for second. Huge run denied there on Austin Cindric. Harrison Burton is able to get to third. Junior drives it hard there in turn 2. Trying to keep up with Annett, but Michael Annett is just so fast on these restarts. And so fast on the short runs in general. He can be tough to beat if we get a late race caution. Remember, that is what allowed Chase Briscoe to get the win at Chicagoland yesterday. Cindric able to get back around Harrison Burton. Burton lost the draft. Going down to the bottom there. Junior's trying to hold tight with Michael Annett about as much as he can. He just doesn't have the car, and now here comes Cindric for second. And Austin Cindric. Maybe he's got something for Michael Annett. He's definitely in his draft right now. See if he can close the gap. We've seen the draft work out quite well for the truck and the Xfinity race today. Junior sweeping high there off of turn 3. Burton looks to the inside. Pulled the air off the left rear once he got to the inside of him. Doesn't have the draft though. Junior getting just a little bit of a draft off of Austin Cindric. Maybe a little help from behind as well there from Anthony Alfredo. And that's going to allow Junior to hang on to third. For now, as Alfredo tries to challenge Harrison Burton on the outside in turn 1. Dale Jr. holds on to third place. Noah Gragson right behind the 21 and the 20. And Cindric is closing in on the race leader of Michael Annett. 20 still can't steer clear of the 21. Cindric lost a little bit of ground in turn 3. The draft's going to be huge though down the Long Pond straightaway. 44 laps to go at Pocono. Final stage of the race. Back in the gas maybe a little too soon in turn 2. He still hangs on to third. These guys running side by side behind him for fourth is definitely helping Junior hold the spot. A lot easier for him to do it at least. Oh, we got a little tight up in turn 3 though. Burton with another shot to the inside. Will he get around Dale Jr. this time? Junior trying to hang on that right rear corner panel, trying to side draft him back and look at him get the pull on Burton, but Junior's going to be on the outside into turn 1. This might not work out for him. Oh man, he got tight. Way up the hill. Allows Alfredo to get by. Gragson had to duck in line and get around Junior himself. He lost ground on Alfredo. Junior get back around Gragson. Nope. Not in turn 2 at least. Here comes Chastain. That was a massive run right there. Oh, a little loose. Getting into turn 1, into the braking zone. Junior hanging on to it as he is able to clear Gragson still. And still have a decent run on Alfredo by the time they get down into turn 2. He's got the bumper out in front. He's got an advantage. Hasn't cleared the 21 yet. Now he has. And Alfredo can't cross him over either. Gragson is on the inside of Alfredo. Kind of keeping him up the racetrack a little bit, helping his teammate out. Annette's starting to pull back away from Cindric, by the way. Cindric ran him down for a couple laps, got to his back bumper, and Annette started to kick it into high gear and start to pull back away from him again. Everybody will have to make one more pit stop in the race today. 2 sets of tires left for Dale Jr., his crew. Junior trying to make a move on Burt now off of turn 3. That is where Burton got to the inside of Junior. Junior to the inside of Burton. A little bit of a side draft there. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time today. 40 laps to go at Pocono. Dale Jr. has cleared Burton going off into turn 1. A huge slide into turn 1. Got a little too much of the apron there. Now back onto the racing surface in front of Gragson. Gragson got slowed up now, and here comes Alfredo again. So right after Junior took over third, Burton got him right back. That was a very good job being able to hold on to that race car. He drove it off a little too deep into turn 2. Wasn't as bad as how turn 1 went. That was a great run in turn 3 by the 8 car. A little wider than what Burton was on corner exit, though. But he's in his draft, and he's not too far behind him. Burton coming off the wall a little bit, maybe trying to shake it. Junior still got to run, though, down into turn 1 as he looks low. Burton did not give him any room, and look at Junior, came really close to that left rear corner panel. Couldn't quite stay to his inside, and Burton gets the drive off of turn 1. Oh, a little bump to the back of the 20. Well, accidental contact. And Junior's all clear again. He's going to make sure he doesn't overrun turn 1 this time. Did a good job hitting his marks that time. Burton got through the center of the corner maybe a little bit better, but he was too far behind to try and get any sort of a crossover. Get back to the inside of Junior and battle back for third. Michael Annett about a 3-second lead on Cindric. So as far as Junior's been back in the field, about 5 seconds off the lead. Michael Annett might have made some adjustments under that stage break in stage 2 just to get him even faster than what he was before. Definitely the toughest and closest competitor on speed to the 18 here today. Only 35 laps left. I think that fuel run's about opened up right now. And we have a caution. For just the third time today, we have seen a caution for incident, and we've got pit stops. Right as Michael Annett has the lead. Just inside the fuel window, everybody will come to pit road this time. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel. Almost an hour into this race, but we don't have many laps to go. We're only going to have 32 laps left when we go green. Michael Annett, the one team, is going to win the race off pit road. Dale Jr.'s been pretty good on the bottom on the restarts. We'll see what he can do from third. Green flag back in the air. Here we go again. He's going to have a run 3 wide instantly, going all the way to the bottom of the track, and there is no chance. And actually, Austin Cindric is going to jump into second ahead of Michael Annett. It's going to help. Junior's held the lead for longer than any other restart. When everybody's on fresh tires, Michael Annett trying to fight back on the outside of Cindric. So now Junior's got the clean air. We'll have to wait and see what somebody might be able to do here. Cindric looking high, has a run. And Annett going to follow him. What a run on the outside in the tunnel turn nonetheless by Austin Cindric. He's going to get to the lead as Junior goes high now through turn 3. And he's almost in the wall. He had to lift quite a bit. Contact on corner exit with Anthony Alfredo as he almost got squeezed into the wall. Cindric has just led his first lap of the race. Oh, Junior gets loose. Washes right up the racetrack. Into turn 1. He is losing so much ground. This is as far back as we've seen him today. On what could be the final restart of the race, on a track that has been so difficult to pass all day long. Oh, and he tags the 8. Hemrick. Oh, what a save. Daniel Hemrick saves it in turn 2. Junior checked up behind. And more ground lost now for Dale Jr. But that could have been a lot worse than what it was looking like there for the moment. 30 laps to go. Jr. 3 wide into turn 1 underneath David Starr. Starr actually gets out of the gas. That's Ray Black Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. go into turn 1. And Jr. couldn't clear him. Starr now to the bottom. They're 3 wide off of turn 1. Nowhere for Jr. to go. He's kind of stuck in the middle. This might not be that good going off into turn 2. Jr. able to clear the 6 of David Starr at least before they got into the corner. They were definitely not going to make it through the tunnel turn 3 wide. We haven't seen anybody even try that in both the truck and the Xfinity race. Probably because you wouldn't be able to make it. These guys know that. Ray Black Jr. almost able to cross over Dale Jr. Not quite. Jr. blocks him. Now the 07 lost the outside, but it looks like Balicki hops out of line maybe to draft with the 07. Jr. 6.5 seconds up the lead. So now this is as far back as he's been interval-wise and position-wise. He started 18th today, but even after lap 1, he got up to 14th right away. This is as far back as he has ran in the field all day long. And we might not get another caution to stack things up. Everybody's good to go on fuel to the end. I'll tell you what, it's something that's kind of off topic. It's only 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. And it's been dark for at least like 3 hours now. And I still can't get used to the time change. Even though the time change was like 2 weeks ago. I still cannot get used to it. Probably because I went out golfing today because we've actually had some decent weather up north, believe it or not. I mean, it was 65 degrees today. They're supposed to drop off. It's supposed to be like mid to low 40s for the entire next week, and it's probably not going to get any warmer. So I probably enjoyed this later fall, later summer weather a lot later than we usually have to its finest. And they're trying to get back around Chase Briscoe. Briscoe has not had a strong car at all today. His chances of going back-to-back are slim. Look at Dale Jr. split the middle between the 98 and the 8. Clears them both way before they even get into turn 1. That's actually Brandon Brown we saw back there a little bit ago. Not Balicki. Balicki's in 14th right here, the 99. Number 1 at Talladega. Trying to get every point he can. No stage points today. And that's something that he has lacked all season. Stage points. But getting that win at Talladega, he can make it to the playoffs if he can get to the top 20 in points. So he falls back to 15th now, but don't count him out of it. He's got a few positions to go to get into the top 20, but we still have a decent amount of races left. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, usually, I think this time of the year, I think my dad said last weekend was one of our biggest snowstorms last year. Which would make sense, because I remember just when I started at the place I was working at, it was, I'm trying to think. It was about that, yeah, it was about early to mid-November. We had like 6 to 8 inches of snow or something. It was like the second night I worked there. It took me like an hour and a half to get home. It was about 45 minutes normal drive time away from work. It was going like 40, 45 miles an hour all the way home. How much snow we had that night I left. Dale Jr. to the inside of Jeremy Clements. He'll get around him in turn 3. Clements going to try a crossover. He looks low, but he couldn't quite get to the left rear corner panel of Dale Jr. Like, literally the weather that it has been, I mean, I think it was a week and a half ago, last Tuesday. And for about a week straight, we had temperatures of like mid to upper 70s in the middle of November. Like, that never happens around where I live. Like, it's usually like at least 40s or 50s. You know, not super cold for, you know, up here. It's not quite wintertime either, but I went to a Michigan State game last year, and University of Michigan is only like an hour, 20 minutes or so north from where I live, and it was in the mid-20s all game that day because it snowed the night before. There was a bunch of snowbanks on the side of the road when we were up there in Ann Arbor. It was a colder game. It was the coldest game I've been to, yeah, but there was no wind. That's why we went. There was no wind, so it didn't feel that cold. And 110,000 people packed in like sardines kind of keeps quite a bit of body heat. Not as bad as it might look on TV. But yeah, that would have been in November too. Early to mid-November. So for it to be like this, it almost feels like, it reminds me of when I travel to different NASCAR tracks down south and it's just noticeably warmer than what it is up here, even in the summertime. When it's hot and humid up here, it's just even more humid down south. It literally felt like I was down south, like didn't even feel like I was home. How warm it's been the last couple of weeks randomly. Almost felt like I was on vacation. Enough of the weather. 23 laps to go at Pocono. Oh, trouble! Car in the wall, turn 1. Right front tire is just blown out on Anthony Alfredo. So problems for Alfredo. That is our 4th caution of the day. And for the 2nd race in a row, Alfredo gets in an accident with 30 or less laps to go. What a tough break. Running top 3 all day at Chicagoland yesterday. Blows an engine, finishes in 34th. Today, blows a right front tire while running in 8th. Actually 7th at the time. What a tough break. Well, Jesse Little with a great run up there in 7th as well. Alfredo's going to hit pit road. He's going to have fresher tires on the restart by about 10 laps. Remember, Briscoe was able to win the race because of that. It's a lot harder to pass here than Chicagoland, though. And a lot more traffic. There were a lot less cars on the lead lap at Chicagoland. Only 8 at the end of the race. Or sorry, 10 at the end of the race versus nearly the whole field here today. Green flag back in the air again. Junior restart on the top, but he got to the bottom very quickly. 3 wide into turn 1. Bottom of the track. Oh, contact! The 9 got loose. Loses a ton of ground. I think Junior barely clipped the left rear after Dragson got loose, but he got loose on his own. And the top 4 kind of broke away, and now Junior's going for 3rd on Brandon Jones. Austin Cindric still has the lead, but the fastest car in the restarts, Michael Annett, is right there. Junior could not get around Brandon Jones there. And how about front row Joe Nemechek in the top 5? Junior in the wall off of turn 3. Nemechek checked up. And that hole outside off of turn 3 got checked up behind him. Harrison Burton to the outside now to try and get around Noah Gragson for 5th. Top 3 are starting to break away. With less than 20 laps to go at Pocono, who will get the win? Cindric still leads. He has not, I should say he has led every lap under green since we had that restart where he took the lead with 32 laps to go. Michael Annett, who has shown speed all day long, has been in the top 2 all day, just has not been able to get around him since Cindric's been in the lead. Shows how tough it is to pass the driver at the clean air today. Spots that Anthony Alfredo gained. Getting 10 lap pressure tires. Now those tires will fall off after about the first 10 laps of this run. And they will even back out. That's what I should say. Junior looking high in turn 3. Trying to stick it. He did. Bobbled a little bit on corner exit. But now he's all over the 1. And Michael Annette now has dropped back to 3rd place. And Austin Cindric, with about a half a second lead, is in danger of losing that lead for the first time in a while. Dale Jr. trying to break away from the cars behind him and trying to get to the front late at Pocono. Won the first 2 stages, trying to pull off the sweep today. Winning all 3 of them. A lot better corner entry into turn 2. Better drive off. Junior for the lead into turn 3 on Cindric. Will he clear him? Not quite. Cindric hanging around on that right rear corner panel. And Junior finally cleared. Down the front straightaway, lead change at the line. 16 laps to go, and the 8 cars out in front again at Pocono. Now just has to hit his marks and hope that they stay green to the end of the race. Everybody is good to go on fuel and tires the rest of the way as well. Tell you what though, if we do get a caution, knowing Anthony Alfredo's on fresher tires, I don't know how far up through the pack he has moved already. Especially on a difficult track to pass. But if he has moved at least halfway up through the field and gets an inside line starting spot on a restart, he could easily jump up a few more rows on the restart alone by the time they get into turn 1. Saw a crazy restart on the bottom late in the truck race today when Todd Gilliland swept all the way down to the bottom on the last restart of that race and went from 6th up to 2nd. Couldn't quite get to the lead, but boy, he really had a big effort there. Yeah, pretty much there's only like 3 major engine developers in NASCAR, at least in the Cup Series side of things. Got Roush Yates with all the Fords. Sounds like all the Hendricks are now going, or all the Chevrolets are going to Hendrick engines. Starting this coming year, I believe. And Toyota obviously only has a few Toyota teams as it is, and they're all TRD engines. Three cars have DNF'd in the race up to this point. We had 3 cautions per incident in the truck race today, 4 so far in the Cup or Xfinity race, sorry. Here in this one. Michael Annette starting to close in on Austin Cindric for 2nd place again. Cindric was a little bit further out ahead once Junior had gotten by Annette, but I think since Cindric has lost the lead in that clean air advantage, well, Junior's kind of pulling away, maybe giving Cindric a little bit more clean air anyway, but either way, Annette has closed that gap slightly. Yeah, most of them are affiliated now. I think starting next year, RCR and Chevrolet are going to be running the same engines. Or I should have said RCR and Hendrick Motorsports are going to be teaming up. So most of the Chevys, yeah, right now RCR has a lot of engines within the Cup Series, but they're teaming up, and I would have to assume that Hendrick would be taking the load of that. Well, I mean, it's a team, so it's probably Hendrick / RCR. Yeah, but that affiliation's more than just engines, too. That's like older chassis and everything else, older parts that RCR would have used on their cars. They'd be selling to Trackhouse. That's a lot different than sharing engines or just engines. That's a whole affiliation. Kind of like Michael stated with the Fords using Roush Yates. Who else is Richard Petty Motorsports is affiliated with RCR also. And Spire and Chip Ganassi, I think, are all Hendrick engines, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they have their own engine developer. I believe that's how the Chevrolets are split up engine-wise. But next year, they're all going to be under the same engine as well. Ethan, welcome to the stream here late. It's 10 laps to go at Pocono, 6.5 second lead over Austin Cindric. Michael Annette still about 6 or 7 car lengths behind Cindric, trying to run him down. He can probably get to him, but will he pass him? Again, passing has been tough all day today for all these drivers, much like it was in the truck race as well. Be interesting to see how the Cup Series race will go tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be a lot harder to pass in the Cup Series. Driving the clean air at that 550 horsepower package. Might see a lot of good racing throughout the pack. So tune in for both of those races again tomorrow on the channel. Pocono doubleheader. So we'll run both the Cup Series races at Pocono. We'll have a lot longer break in between the two races, with them being a little longer and both being Cup races, but they will both be ran tomorrow. And again, start times are already posted on the channel. The streams are waiting at this point, but they're all scheduled and ready to go. Well, yeah, everybody would be under the same playing field for the next-gen car, and that's where it's going to be a huge difference maker. Obviously, the bigger teams are going to have more money, and they're going to be able to develop their teams a lot quicker than these small teams, and that is where the difference is going to be between the good teams and the bad teams, or the fast teams and the slower teams, I should say. So that is where that is where the difference maker will be. So if you're affiliated with that other team, you're basically starting off with the same equipment, but over time, as the years go on with that same car, that's where you're going to see, like Hendrick and Spire. Spire's having a light affiliate with Hendrick, so they're not going to be nearly as fast as them, obviously. But the gap will be closed when the next gen car comes out. Initially, when the next gen car comes out. For that point, it's going to be how much money can Spire earn. How much can they keep up with resources-wise to try and, minimize the amount of ground that Hendrick and all the bigger teams are, able to produce and gain. Over time is going to show how good of a team they can be in the future. And any other of these small teams that are affiliated with bigger teams. It's pretty much how that works. especially when they debut that next-gen car in 2022. So more than enough fuel. Tire wear has not been a big impact in both this race and the Truck Series race, so we'll see how the Cup Series will go tomorrow with the tire wear as well. A lot faster mid-corner speeds in the Cup Series, so that might wear the tires out a little bit more. Just 6 laps to go. 12-second lead. Dale Jr. trying to sweep the stages. Won stages 1 and 2 already. First time this is about as heavy of lap traffic as we've seen all day today within both races. To be exact, shorter race lengths and shorter stage lengths around this racetrack, with it being longer in total length. Again, makes it a little unique. We'll alternate to the different camera angles for the next few laps here. Final time today. Kind of waited a little bit longer in the race. Not intentional, I almost forgot about it, to be completely honest. Anthony Alfredo has jumped up to 5th place. He's actually going for 4th on Brandon Jones. And again, Alfredo has a little bit fresher tires. So if a caution comes out, don't count Alfredo out of this race. I think he might be the guy to beat if we get a late race restart. This is a long time around this racetrack, too. 5 miles if we were to go to overtime. For a 2-lap shootout. 4 to go now. Junior just trying to race to get to the white flag. Michael Annett has caught Austin Cindric for 2nd. Riley Herbst has struggled all day today. He's outside the top 25 still. 3 laps to go at the line this time by. Alfredo up to 4th place. That is a long ways back to come in the field. We went green with 20 laps to go on that last restart. In just 16 laps, he got up to 5th. From the rear of the field, nobody was a lap down of the cars on the track still. 3 drivers DNF, so he would have restarted in 33rd and got up to 5th in 17 laps. With those 10-lap fresher tires. They might be pretty wore out now by the end of the run. But he's still going to have a little bit fresher tires if we do get another restart. 2 to go. Two and a half miles to try and make it back to the white flag. Alex LeBay is going to go a lap down. More momentum for Dale Jr. and keeping the win streak alive. They could seal the deal at Pocono today. Next race will be on Sunday for the NASCAR Xfinity Series season as we go to the Indianapolis Road Course. For the first time ever on the channel. Oh boy. I don't know what to expect there. Hopefully it's not a crapshoot. That is going to be a tough race to win. Not having a lot of experience there with anything. I still have not yet raced there on this game, so I'm definitely going to have to run a practice session before we even hop into qualifying for that race. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go at Pocono. No caution. Jones actually got back by Alfredo. I think Alfredo got caught up in lap traffic. They're still battling it out for 4th on the final lap. Cindric is only a couple car lengths behind Michael Annett. Annett passed him a couple laps ago for 2nd place, so we'll see if Cindric can get him back. But Dale Jr. in a race by himself right now. Half a lap to go. Coming off turn 3, what final time? Dale Jr. will get the win at Pocono, sweeping both stages in the race. And us ourselves will get the sweep on our doubleheader here today between the truck and Xfinity races at Pocono. Victory celebration. Take a look at the finishing results for today's race. 82 minutes total time on this one. Just an hour 22 minutes to get these 225 miles, 100 laps in. Dale Jr. gets the win. Michael Annett brings it home in 2nd. Followed by Austin Cindric, Brandon Jones, Anthony Alfredo. Your top 5. Noah Gragson 6th, Jeffrey Earnhardt 7th. 8th was Joe Nemechek, 9th Harrison Burton, and Jesse Little rounds out the top 10. Here in today's race, pole sitter Ross Chastain finished in 11th, and 18 drivers finished on the lead lap here today at Pocono. 3 drivers failed to finish. Cesar Baccarella, Justin Allgaier, and Joe Graf Jr. all failed to finish. 4 cautions for incident in this race today. Again, doing the points myself for the NASCAR Xfinity Series side, so I'll have to update that after I finish the stream here in a few seconds. It's like Burton had the fastest lap of the race. Junior led the most, 37 of the 100 laps led for Dale Jr. today. Joe Nemechek from 29th, finished 8th. Great run for him in the top 10. And lower funded equipment on an intermediate track, nonetheless, that is a pretty solid run. So thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight for both races. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general. And I will see you guys tomorrow on the channel. It'll be a lot of fun. We've got the Pocono doubleheader for the Cup Series. Start time for race 1 will be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And race 2 will be coming up a little bit later in the day tomorrow. After the conclusion of that race, that one will be set for 5:30. So 3 o'clock and 5:30 tomorrow will be the 2 races at Pocono Cup Series. And again, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. If you like these full race live streams, realistic broadcasts, we do these on the daily. And again, hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race commentary, the video in general. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you tomorrow.